dímelo, mi gente, que lo que ya already know this is Punch Unboxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're familiar with the channel, first subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I always say I'm here to preserve the sport of boxing, preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I believe that that's what we should do, the hardcore boxing fans, the independent media, YouTubers, and all. If you ask me how boxing is doing today, I'd be like, it's doing good. It's doing great. Better than 5 years ago, in my opinion. It's doing good. We got the heavyweights woke up from a coma. The lightweight division is very interesting. The 140-pound division, the welterweight division, the 154-pound division, 160-pound division. You know what I'm saying? The champions ain't fighting one another. The bantamweight division, the featherweight, the super featherweight division. Look. Boxing is doing great if you ask me. But then if you ask me who will sell more, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, or Earl Spence versus Bud, I'm like, God damn, I don't even know. That contradicts how good boxing is. If one of the biggest selling fight will be Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. Not throwing shades on Jake Paul. I believe that Jake Paul is doing a wonderful job, especially with Amanda Serrano, bigging up the women boxing like no other gentleman or no other man did in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Eddie Hearn is doing his thing with the women and stuff like that. Lou DiBella did his thing, but the biggest fight in women boxing history, Jake Paul's name written all over it. Now, and this is a boxing match, man. I can't hate on their bread. Go get your money. Go get your money, man. But if Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul is going to do more than, or people's going to view it more, people's going to be in the stadium, they're going to pack the arenas, they're going to put butts in the seats more than Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano undisputed, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor undisputed. I know it was the pandemic and things of that nature. But Turbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. It's crazy that fight will do more, or will even be pushed more than these undisputed matchups. I'm gonna say it like this: Showtime, shout out to Showtime, they're gonna push that fight more than they push Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. It's crazy. Because, again, if you ask me how boxing is doing, I'm loving the matchups. I'm loving the championship fights. I'm loving the undisputed after undisputed. But Tommy Fury and Jake Paul could actually sell just as much as Earl the True Spence and Bud Crawford, the fight that the boxing fans been wanting for a long time. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it real. Some of y'all gonna be thinking I'm crazy, but Bud Crawford and Earl Spence is not known outside the sport of boxing. Let's be upfront with it. I believe that Earl Spence is doing a wonderful job in Dallas, Texas, with the help of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboy market. I also sometimes wonder, I don't want to throw no shades, I don't want to devalue what Earl Spence have done in Dallas, but is Earl Spence is even as big as Gervonta Tan Davis if let's say he'll have an event in Atlanta. If the event was in Atlanta with Ugas, would have been like 30,000 plus or 40,000 plus? I don't know. Could he sell out the Barclays Center, Earl Spence? I don't know. Could Bud Crawford do it? We do know he won't. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul might be one of the best-selling boxing matches in boxing of this year. But if you ask me, I say that boxing is doing great. Now, peep this. I gotta do another video about this. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Rumors are saying, hey, Fight Hype said this is putting the news out that they're in talks. Can you imagine if Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul And Mayweather versus Conor McGregor is the biggest boxing event of 2022. With all the championship fights, the unification bouts, the undisputed, potential undisputed. Do you know that these fights can actually overshadow Bud and Spence? Where we at in boxing? We talk about boxers being delusional, but if we don't even think, if you're a fan that thinks that Tommy Fury and Jake Paul won't sell just as much, I ain't gonna say that you're wrong, I ain't gonna say that you're right, but sometimes we in a delusional state of mind. I don't think that Earl Spence and Bud Crawford is as big as we think they are. In boxing, they're everything right now. That matchup is everything, but I know a lot of people that don't know who the hell Bud Crawford or Earl Spence is. But they know who Jake Paul is. And the UK, they know who Tommy Fury is. And it's a boxing match. Oh, shit. And this is boxing. An undisputed match. Look, put it this way. Boxing is so... And I did the video yesterday. Boxing is... It's just not too many of us that's holding down boxing the way it should. And maybe boxing don't want to be held down to the type of respect and morals. Boxing is just man, it ain't even a sport no more, man. You could come to the sport of boxing and Beyonce versus Rihanna, that shit will sell more than any championship hype bout in boxing. The verse is coming into the sport of boxing. Shit. Oh, Lord.